All right, let's just jump right in. We all celebrate getting to the top, right? Hitting that big goal, becoming the champion. But what if that's actually the easy part? Today, we're going to talk about the really tough part, the thing nobody tells you about, what it takes to not just win, but to stay a winner. So think about this for a second. What could possibly be worse than never achieving your dream? You'd think nothing, right? Well, the answer might surprise you. It's winning and then losing it all. It's about this unique kind of pain you feel when you've tasted glory, and then suddenly it's gone. So that brings us to this key idea of the ex-champion. And let's be clear, we're not just talking about someone who lost a single game. This is the person who used to be on top, the has-been, the one whose past triumphs kind of cast a shadow over everything they do now. Getting this concept is super important for what we're about to dive into. Okay, so let's start with the heart of it all, the pain. I mean, why does it hurt so much more to lose something you had compared to never having it in the first place? It's this really heavy emotional weight, and it's a tough thing to carry. This slide has a fantastic analogy to explain this. Check it out. If you've always ridden the bus, right? Getting your foot stepped on, the crowds, it's just another Tuesday. It's normal. But what if you used to own a nice car? Now that same bus ride feels like a massive insult, a constant, painful reminder of what you've lost. See? Same exact situation, but a completely different and way more painful reality for one person. And this quote just nails it, doesn't it? It's not about being poor. It's about having been rich. It's that jarring contrast, that memory of how things used to be that makes the present feel just awful. Right, so we get the pain part. But the big question is, how do people end up in this spot? Well, that leads us to something we can call the champion's paradox. And it's a bit of a mind bender. The very act of getting to the top is what puts you in the most danger. Think about it like this, with a boxing analogy. When you're a contender, an up-and-comer, you get to pick your opponents. You're on the hunt. But the second that championship belt is around your waist, everything flips. You're not the hunter anymore. You're the one being hunted. Everyone, and I mean everyone, wants a shot at you. You've got a giant target on your back. The game is totally different. And here's how it happens. It's a predictable, dangerous cycle. First, you get successful. Awesome. But then you relax. You think, phew, I made it. Time to coast. And that, right there, is the biggest mistake you can possibly make. The instant you take your foot off the gas, you lose that edge, that fire that got you to the top. Next thing you know, you're irrelevant. It's a classic slippery slope. So if relaxing is the trap, what's the escape plan? How do you actually stay successful? Well, this gets us to the absolute core idea we're talking about today. And it's simple, but it's not easy. You need more effort, not less. And this is the part that so many people miss. It is not about just keeping up the same pace that got you to the top. No way. To remain on top, you've got to find a whole new gear. You have to work harder, smarter, and with way more intensity than ever before. The effort has to go up, not stay the same. Okay, this might sound a little abstract, so let's make it real. We've got a perfect case study here of a pastor who hit this exact problem. He'd found some success, and then he was faced with that big question. Okay, now what? How do I keep this thing going up? And this chart just lays it out so clearly. You would think, logically, that after you become successful, the effort bar would maybe level off or even go down a bit, right? But look at this. It's the opposite. The effort he put in after becoming successful was way higher. The more his influence grew, the more work it took to keep it growing. You can see it right there. So what does more effort even mean in practice? Well, it wasn't just some vague idea of working hard. No, he got super specific. He took the very things that made him successful in the first place, and he doubled down on them. He did more fasting, more studying, more preaching. He basically just intensified everything across the board. Okay, so let's tie this all together for you. We've talked about the pain, this weird paradox of success, and the core principle of working harder. So what's your game plan? How do you make sure you never, ever become an ex-champion? Well, it really comes down to 3 key things. Number 1, become a learning machine. Never stop acquiring knowledge. Number 2, surround yourself with smart people. Network with other experts who will challenge you and keep you sharp. And number 3, and we keep coming back to this because it's that important, you just have to work harder. Period. There's no substitute. Look, if there is just one single thing you remember from all of this, make it this sentence right here. This is the fundamental law of sustained success. Getting to the top is one mountain. Staying there is a whole new, steeper climb. It demands a totally new mindset and a recommitment to an even higher level of work. So I'm going to leave you with this question to think about. Whether you're at the top of your game now or you're on your way, it's not enough to have a plan to get there. The real question, the one you need to ask yourself, is once you've made it, what's your plan to stay there? Because as we've just seen, that's the fight that truly defines a champion.